You've likely seen the sensational videos, the ones with wild headlines promising a new life and a new love in a foreign land. They often miss the point, focusing on myths instead of the far more interesting reality. Today, we move beyond the clickbait. We are going to embark on a detailed, respectful exploration of the real demographic and cultural shifts around the globe that have created genuine opportunities for mature individuals to find meaningful companionship. This is not a guide to finding a wife. It is a deep dive for the mature man, perhaps a pensioner, who is ready for a third act in life, a chapter built on mutual respect, shared experiences, and genuine connection with an equally independent and fascinating woman in her 40s, 50s, or beyond. We will focus on the why behind these opportunities, the social trends, the demographic data, and the cultural nuances. And most importantly, we will arm you with the critical knowledge needed to navigate this journey safely, protecting both your heart and your finances. Our focus is on partnership, not procurement. Let's begin. Number 1. Italy. Our journey begins in Italy, a country whose name alone evokes images of romance, art, and passion. It's easy to think of shared plates of pasta under Tuscan sunsets, and while that ideal exists, the reality for modern Italian women is far more complex and creates a unique social landscape. First, let's look at the demographic foundation. Italy has one of the highest life expectancies in Europe, and women consistently outlive men by several years. This simple fact means that in the older age brackets, there are naturally more single women. Furthermore, Italy has one of the lowest birth rates in the world. For decades, women have been pursuing higher education and ambitious careers at rates equal to or exceeding men. Many have prioritized their professional lives, leading them to delay marriage or choose not to marry at all. When you combine this with a high national divorce rate, you find a significant population of intelligent, financially independent, and single women over the age of 40. Now, we must understand the cultural context. The Italian woman over 40 is a figure of considerable substance. She embodies la bella figura, not just looking good, but presenting oneself with confidence, style, and grace. She is likely well-read, politically aware, and deeply connected to her family and community. However, she may also harbor a certain frustration with the local dating scene. The phenomenon of the bamboccioni, or big babies, where men live with their mothers well into their 30s and 40s, is a well-documented social issue. An Italian woman who has built her own life and career may find it challenging to find a local man of her age who possesses the same level of emotional maturity and independence. She may be tired of the performative masculinity or the traditional expectations that can still linger in the culture. This is where the opportunity for a mature foreign man arises. You are, by definition, outside of this system. You represent a different model of partnership. A stable, mature pensioner or professional man who has already raised a family, managed a career, and achieved a degree of worldly wisdom can be incredibly appealing. Your interest is not based on fleeting passion, but on a desire for genuine companionship. You are not intimidated by her independence. You are attracted to it. Your financial stability is not a tool for control, but a foundation for a shared, relaxed life. You offer a partnership of equals, a concept a modern Italian woman deeply values, but may have struggled to find. So, how does one navigate this scene? The key is immersion, not imposition. The aperitivo culture is the social lifeblood of Italy. In the early evening, bars and cafes fill with people of all ages enjoying a drink and snacks. This is not a boisterous bar scene, but a sophisticated social ritual. Going to the same local cafe regularly allows you to become a familiar face, show genuine interest in the culture, learn the language. Even attempting to speak Italian is seen as a profound sign of respect and will open doors that would otherwise remain firmly shut. Join clubs or associations that align with your interests. Italy is rich with cultural circles, book clubs, hiking groups, cooking classes, historical societies. This allows you to meet women in a natural, low-pressure environment based on shared passions. Visit the local sagra, or food festival, which celebrates everything from mushrooms to wild boar. These are community-centric events, perfect for observing and participating in authentic Italian life. Now, for the critical topic of safety. The primary risk in Italy is not violent crime, which is relatively low, but navigating the complex web of family and bureaucracy. When you form a relationship with an Italian woman, you are, to some extent, forming a relationship with her family. Be prepared for this. They will be curious, protective, and very much a part of her life. Navigating this requires grace and patience. Financially, be aware that while blatant scams are less common here than in other regions, there is always a risk of being seen as a walking wallet. An Italian woman of substance will be deeply offended by the suggestion that she needs your money. If financial requests or emergencies arise early in a relationship, it is a monumental red flag. The bureaucracy in Italy is legendary. Before making any serious commitments involving property or marriage, you absolutely must hire a reputable, independent Italian lawyer, known as a commercialista or avvocato, to guide you. Do not rely on a lawyer suggested by your potential partner or their family. Protect your assets with clear legal agreements. Italy is a land of immense beauty and warmth, but it operates on its own set of ancient, unwritten rules. Your success depends on your ability to learn them respectfully and protect yourself wisely. Number 2, Japan. Our second destination is Japan, a nation that presents a profound and fascinating paradox. To the outside world, it can appear as a bastion of tradition, conformity, and unspoken rules. Yet, beneath this serene surface, Japanese society is undergoing some of the most dramatic social transformations on the planet, creating a very real and unique opportunity for mature love. The demographic data is stark and undeniable. Japan is the world's first super-aged society, with over 28% of its population over the age of 65. Life expectancy is among the highest globally. For decades, Japanese women have been at the forefront of a silent rebellion. They are among the most highly educated in the world. A growing number have rejected the traditional path of marriage and motherhood in favor of professional careers. The term jukunen rikon, or mature age divorce, entered the lexicon years ago, describing women who wait for their husbands to retire and their children to leave home before filing for divorce to claim their share of the pension and live their remaining years in freedom. The result is a massive and growing cohort of single, highly educated, financially secure, and sophisticated women in their 50s, 60s, and 70s. To understand the opportunity, you must understand the cultural context these women are emerging from. The traditional Japanese marriage often involved rigid gender roles. The husband was the financial provider who spent long hours at the office and socializing with colleagues, while the wife managed the home, children, and family finances, often with very little emotional intimacy or companionship. For a modern Japanese woman who is well-traveled, has her own interests, and is financially independent, this model is no longer appealing. She is not looking for another patriarch to serve. She is looking for a partner to share her Ikigai, her reason for being, her passion, her hobbies. A mature foreign man is attractive precisely because he is not a product of this system. He is perceived as being more emotionally open, more willing to communicate, and more inclined to view a relationship as a partnership of equals. Your age and life experience are assets, seen as indicators of wisdom and stability, not obsolescence. You have a different perspective on life, work-life balance, and what a relationship in the third act should be. You are not expected to understand the labyrinthine complexities of Japanese social obligations, which can be liberating for both of you. Navigating the Japanese dating scene requires a completely different approach. Overt forwardness, loud compliments, and aggressive pursuit, which might work in other cultures, will almost certainly fail here. The key is subtlety, respect, and shared activity. Do not approach a woman in a bar and expect a deep conversation. Instead, immerse yourself in Japanese life. Join hobby classes, whether it's calligraphy, shodo, tea ceremony, seido, pottery, toki, or even a language class. These are structured environments where connections can form organically over a shared interest. This demonstrates your respect for the culture and provides a natural context for interaction. Upscale cafes and department store restaurants in areas like Ginza in Tokyo or the Gion district in Kyoto are frequented by mature, affluent women. The atmosphere is quiet and reserved. It's a place for observation and quiet confidence. Specialized dating apps and matchmaking services, or OMI, have also become very popular for the mature demographic, and many cater specifically to Japanese individuals interested in meeting foreigners. These can be a more direct and efficient way to meet like-minded people. Safety in Japan is paramount, but the risks are cultural and financial, not physical. Japan is one of the safest countries on earth in terms of street crime. The real danger lies in cultural misinterpretation. You must learn to read between the lines. Japanese communication relies heavily on nonverbal cues and understanding what is not said. You need to understand the concepts of hon, one's true feelings, and tadamai, the public face or facade. A woman might agree politely to avoid confrontation, but it doesn't signify genuine interest. You must learn to sense her true feelings through her actions, not just her words. Pushing for clarity can be seen as rude. Patience is not just a virtue in Japan, it is a necessity. Financially, the risk is less about being scammed and more about misunderstanding obligations. While a professional Japanese woman would be mortified to ask you for money, concepts of gift-giving and social reciprocity are deeply ingrained. Learn these customs. If you do enter a serious relationship, be aware that legal and financial matters are handled with extreme precision. Consult an independent legal professional who specializes in international relationships before any significant commitments. A relationship in Japan can be one of the most profound and deeply rewarding experiences of a lifetime, but it demands a level of cultural intelligence, respect, and emotional maturity that goes far beyond the superficial. Number 3. Poland. Our third stop takes us to the heart of Central Europe, Poland. This is a country defined by its resilience, its rich and often tragic history, and a surprising warmth and hospitality that lies beneath a sometimes reserved exterior. For the mature man seeking a deep, loyal, and traditional yet modern partnership, Poland offers a compelling and often overlooked opportunity. The demographic landscape in Poland is heavily influenced by the 20th century. The upheavals of World War II, followed by decades of Soviet influence and subsequent waves of emigration, have left a lasting mark on the population structure. In the age groups over 45, women significantly outnumber men. Furthermore, Poland has placed a huge emphasis on education, since emerging from behind the Iron Curtain. Polish women are among the most highly educated in Europe, often holding advanced degrees and professional positions. This has created a large pool of single, intelligent, and accomplished women who, for purely statistical reasons, face a smaller pool of eligible local male partners. The cultural context is key. The Polish woman is a blend of tradition and modernity. She is often raised with strong Catholic values, emphasizing family, loyalty, and commitment. However, she is also a modern European citizen. She is likely well-traveled, multilingual, especially in English and German, and has a broad world view. She may feel that the local dating pool has not kept pace with her own evolution. She might find local men of her generation to be too traditional in their expectations of gender roles, less worldly, or simply limited in number. She is not looking for a man to save her. She has saved herself. She is looking for an equal partner who respects her intelligence, shares her values of commitment, and can offer a stable and respectful life together. This is where the mature Western man finds his appeal. You are seen as representing a culture that, rightly or wrongly, is perceived as being more progressive in terms of gender partnership. Your stability, your life experience, and your perceived gentlemanly conduct are highly valued. Small gestures that may seem old-fashioned in other Western countries, bringing flowers, opening a door, offering a coat, are often deeply appreciated in Poland as signs of respect. A man who is settled, who knows what he wants, and who is looking for a serious, monogamous relationship is a breath of fresh air in a scene that can be frustrating for a woman of substance. She is looking for a partner, a best friend, and a teammate for life. Navigating the social scene in Poland requires a mix of urban sophistication and traditional courtship. Cities like Krakow, Warsaw, and Gdansk have vibrant cafe cultures, Unlike the quick coffee breaks of North America, Polish cafes are places for long conversations. An afternoon spent reading a book in a cafe in Krakow's magnificent Old Town Square is a perfectly natural way to be a part of the city's social fabric. Cultural events are central to Polish life. Attending concerts, art gallery openings, or theater performances will put you in contact with educated and cultured individuals. The Polish people are proud of their culture and will appreciate a foreigner who shows genuine interest. Unlike in some cultures, approaching a woman respectfully in such a setting would not be seen as strange. Finally, if you make friends, being introduced through a social circle is the gold standard. A recommendation from a trusted friend is the best possible way to meet a potential partner. Safety in Poland is a crucial consideration. Physically, Polish cities are generally safe, but like any European city, one should be aware of pickpocketing in tourist areas. The more significant risk is financial and emotional. The desire for a Western lifestyle or visa can, in a small number of cases, be a powerful motivator for unscrupulous individuals. This is a global issue, not a uniquely Polish one, but one must be vigilant. A genuine Polish woman who is interested in you for who you are will be in no rush. She will want to build a relationship based on trust. Be extremely wary of anyone who professes love after a few online chats or who quickly brings up financial difficulties. Stories of a sick relative, a business deal gone wrong, or the need for money to secure a visa are classic red flags. A woman of pride and substance would find it deeply shameful to ask a man she barely knows for money. Legally, before considering marriage, consult an independent Polish lawyer. Understand the marital property regimes. Poland has both community property and separate property systems, and a prenuptial agreement, or interkiza, is a standard and wise tool for protecting assets on both sides. In Poland, you can find a depth of loyalty and a commitment to partnership that can be hard to come by in the modern world. But this rewarding journey must be undertaken with your eyes wide open to both the cultural beauty and the potential pitfalls. Number 4. Portugal. Our fourth destination is Portugal, the gentle western edge of Europe. Often living in the shadow of its larger, more boisterous neighbor, Spain, Portugal offers a uniquely tranquil, welcoming, and soulful environment for the pensioner or mature man looking for a peaceful, sun-drenched life with a warm and genuine partner. Portugal is a hidden gem. Demographically, Portugal shares some trends with its Mediterranean cousins, Italy and Spain. It has a high life expectancy, an aging population, and a significant number of well-educated professional women who are single over the age of 40. However, Portugal's recent history adds a unique layer. It has become one of the most popular destinations in the world for expats and retirees, drawn by its safety, affordability, and high quality of life. This has created a fascinating cultural mix and a population that is exceptionally accustomed to and welcoming of foreigners. The cultural backdrop of Portugal is colored by a unique and beautiful concept, saudade. It's a complex word, often translated as a nostalgic longing or a bittersweet melancholy for something or someone absent. It imbues the culture with a depth, a soulfulness, and a poetic perspective on life. The Portuguese woman is often seen as down-to-earth, warm, and less preoccupied with outward appearances than some of her European neighbors. Family is incredibly important, but often in a relaxed, inclusive way. She is likely to be hardworking and practical, yet with a romantic and soulful inner life. She may find the local dating scene challenging. In a country that has faced economic hardship, a local partner may not be able to offer the stability she desires. She may also be looking for a broader, more international perspective that a foreign partner can bring. For a mature woman who values peace, stability, and genuine emotional connection, the often dramatic Portuguese dating scene can be exhausting. Herein lies the powerful appeal of the mature foreign man. In a country that so highly values tranquility, your stability and calm demeanor are immense assets. You are not a player. You are a settled man looking for a partner to share a peaceful life with. The fact that you have chosen to move to Portugal shows a respect for her culture and a desire to embrace its lifestyle. You are not a tourist. You are a resident. This simple distinction is hugely important. Your pension or stable financial situation provides a foundation of security that allows the relationship to focus on what truly matters: companionship, shared interests, and mutual care. The best way to meet people in Portugal is to simply live a Portuguese life. The daily market is a cornerstone of society. Going to your local mercado to buy fresh fish, fruit, and bread not only gets you the best food, but also makes you a regular, a part of the community. The cafe culture is relaxed and ubiquitous. A bica, espresso in the morning, or a glass of wine in the late afternoon is a standard ritual. The expat community itself can be a fantastic bridge to the local community. Join expat groups on social media, attend meetups, and you will inevitably be introduced to their local Portuguese friends. Language schools are also excellent social hubs. Making an effort to learn Portuguese is perhaps the single most important thing you can do. It signals your commitment to being part of the culture and will earn you enormous respect. Safety in Portugal must be approached with practicality. Portugal is one of the safest countries in Europe, with very low rates of violent crime. The primary concerns are petty theft in tourist-heavy areas like Lisbon and the Algarve, and the formidable Portuguese bureaucracy. Any transaction involving property or legal status can be a long, drawn-out process. It is absolutely non-negotiable that you hire a reputable, independent lawyer and solicitor for any such matters. Financially, be wise. Because Portugal is a known retirement destination, there is an awareness of foreign pensioners and their incomes. A genuine Portuguese partner will be interested in sharing a life, not sharing your bank account. If a relationship moves very quickly towards cohabitation or financial entanglement, you must apply the brakes and ask critical questions. Red flags include sob stories that require immediate financial aid or pressure to put your name on shared assets without proper legal protections. Portugal offers the chance for a truly idyllic life, a slow dance in the sun with a warm-hearted partner. Approach it with an open heart, but keep your legal and financial affairs securely in your own hands. Number 5. Finland. For our fifth destination, we travel north to the land of 1,000 lakes and the midnight sun, Finland. This choice may surprise many. The Finnish people have a reputation for being reserved, quiet, and even cold, but behind this stoic exterior lies a society built on radical honesty, deep integrity, and one of the highest levels of gender equality on Earth. For the self-reliant, nature-loving man who values depth over drama, Finland offers a unique and profoundly rewarding challenge. The demography of Finland is telling. It has a high divorce rate, and it is culturally normal for people to be single for long periods of their lives. There is no social stigma attached to being a single woman in your 40s or 50s. Gender equality is not just a political slogan in Finland, it's a fundamental pillar of the national identity. Finnish women are highly educated, economically independent, and fiercely self-reliant. The gender ratio in older age groups is balanced, but the culture of independence means there is a large number of single individuals seeking partnership, not dependency. To understand the opportunity, you must discard any preconceived notions of romance. The Finnish woman over 40 is not looking for a knight in shining armor. She can fix her own car, manage her own finances, and is perfectly happy in her own company. What she might be looking for is a true equal, a partner who is also independent, who does not bring drama into her life, and who can share in the simple, profound pleasures of Finnish life. She is often frustrated by men who are not on her level, either intellectually or in terms of practical self-sufficiency. Game-playing and superficial charm are met with suspicion. She values authenticity, directness, and actions over words. This is where a mature, grounded foreign man can be very attractive. Your life experience means you are past the drama and games of youth. You are comfortable in your own skin. You are not looking to be the man of the house in a traditional sense, but an equal partner. Your independence matches hers. You will be appreciated not for your flashy compliments, but for your ability to sit in comfortable silence, for your practical skills, and for your shared love of nature. In Finland, chopping wood together for the sauna can be a more intimate act than a flowery declaration of love. Navigating the social landscape is the greatest challenge. Do not go to a loud bar to meet a mature Finnish woman. It will not work. The Finnish soul connects through shared activity and in nature. The key is to join clubs and groups, Cancellai Sopisto, or adult education centers, are present in every municipality and offer classes in everything from welding to philosophy. These are fantastic places to meet people. Hiking clubs, skiing groups, and of course, the sauna culture are central to Finnish life. The sauna is a quasi-sacred space of equality and honesty. Being invited to a sauna is a sign of acceptance. Summer is the prime social season, with countless music festivals and events at lakeside cottages. Muki. These are relaxed environments where the normally reserved Finns open up. The most important tip is patience. Friendships and relationships are built slowly, like a growing in a sturdy pine tree. They are not rushed. When it comes to safety, the risks in Finland are almost entirely emotional and cultural. Violent crime is extremely rare, and financial scams targeting foreigners are not common, as the culture is built on a high degree of social trust. The real danger is misinterpretation. You might interpret Finnish directness as rudeness, or their comfort with silence as a lack of interest. It is not. It is a sign that no artifice is needed. You must adjust your own cultural barometer. If you need constant validation and chatter, you will struggle. You must also be prepared to be a true equal in all things. She will expect to pay her own way. She will expect you to do your share of the household chores. Any hint of traditional patriarchy will be a deal breaker. A relationship with a Finnish woman is not for the faint of heart or the insecure. It is for the confident, self-sufficient man who finds beauty in quiet strength and deep integrity. It is a partnership forged not in fire, but in the serene, honest light of the Nordic sky. Number 6. Uruguay. Our sixth destination takes us to South America, but to a country that defies all regional stereotypes, Uruguay. Often called the Switzerland of South America, Uruguay is a beacon of stability, progressivism, and understated European elegance. For the mature man seeking an intellectual peer in a relaxed, safe, and culturally rich environment, Uruguay presents a sophisticated and compelling option. Let's begin with the demographics. Uruguay stands apart from its neighbors. It has a high life expectancy, a low birth rate, and a population that is largely urban, educated, and middle class. It is one of the most secular nations in the Americas, with a strong separation of church and state. This has fostered a culture of social liberalism and intellectualism. Women in Uruguay are highly educated and have long been integrated into the professional workforce. This environment has produced a large number of single, professional, and intellectually curious women over 40 who are looking for a relationship based on more than just traditional roles. The cultural identity of the Uruguayan woman is distinct. She is not the fiery stereotype often associated with Latin America. She is more likely to be reserved, thoughtful, and a voracious reader. The arts, literature, and political discourse are woven into the fabric of daily life in the capital, Montevideo. She is likely to be cosmopolitan in her outlook, well-informed about world affairs, and less focused on family drama. She may be frustrated with a local dating scene that can feel small and insular. She is seeking a partner who can match her intellectually and share in a life of conversation, culture, and calm pleasures. The appeal of a mature foreign man in Uruguay is largely intellectual and cultural. You are not just a gringo with money, you are a window to the wider world. Your life experiences, your travels, and your perspectives are genuinely interesting to her. A man who can discuss European history, American politics, or classic literature will find a captive audience. Your emotional maturity and stability are highly attractive to a woman who is past the games of youth and is looking for a serene partnership. Being a pensioner is not a disadvantage. It means you have the time to enjoy the relaxed pace of Uruguayan life, the long afternoon coffees, the strolls along the Rambla, and the weekend trips to the charming town of Colonia del Sacramento. The social scene in Uruguay is centered around cafes, culture, and cuisine. Montevideo's cafe culture is legendary, reminiscent of Paris or Vienna. These are places for reading, thinking, and long, meandering conversations. Becoming a regular at a local cafe in neighborhoods like Pochitos or Punta Carretas is a superb way to integrate. The parrillas, or steakhouses, are social institutions, but it is the sobremesa, the time spent talking at the table long after the meal is finished, that is most important. Get involved in the cultural scene, attend performances at the stunning Teatro Solis, visit art museums, and go to film festivals. And of course, you must understand the culture of mate. This herbal tea, sipped from a gourd through a metal straw, is a ritual of friendship and social bonding. Being invited to share mate is a significant gesture of inclusion. Regarding safety, Uruguay is widely considered the safest country in South America. However, like any country, it is not without its issues. In Montevideo, petty crime like pickpocketing and purse snatching can be a concern, so standard urban vigilance is required. The greatest challenge for a foreigner is not crime, but the famously slow bureaucracy and the laid-back attitude towards timekeeping. Things get done on their own schedule. Patience is not just a virtue, it is a survival mechanism. From a financial safety perspective, you must be prudent. While Uruguayan women are typically proud and independent, the novelty of a foreign pensioner can attract the wrong kind of attention. The same global red flags apply. Be wary of anyone who pushes for financial commitment too quickly or has a series of unfortunate events that only you can solve with your wallet. Legal advice from an independent escribano or notary public is essential before purchasing property or entering into any legal contracts. Uruguay offers a unique proposition, a European lifestyle in a South American setting, and the chance to connect with a sophisticated, intelligent partner who will value your mind and your maturity as much as your heart. Number 7. Thailand. Our final destination is Thailand, a country that requires the most nuanced and responsible discussion of all. The Western imagination often associates Thailand with a very specific and often problematic narrative about older foreign men and younger Thai women. We must immediately and definitively set that narrative aside. Our focus here is on the vast and almost entirely invisible to tourists world of mature, middle-class, professional Thai women. For the man who is a true gentleman, who seeks a kind-hearted partner, and who is willing to look far beyond the tourist traps, Thailand offers an opportunity for a profoundly gentle and respectful relationship. The demographic reality is often overlooked. Like many developing nations, Thailand has seen a rapid increase in education and professional opportunities for women. There is now a massive urban middle class. In the age groups over 45, due to a variety of social factors, women outnumber men. Furthermore, cultural expectations often place the burden of caring for aging parents on daughters, which can lead to many women remaining single well into their later years. Divorce, while once stigmatized, is also becoming more common. The result is a large and growing population of single, educated, financially stable Thai women in their 40s, 50s, and beyond. The cultural world of this Thai woman is far removed from the bars of Patong. She might be a small business owner, a university administrator, a government officer, or a medical professional. She is influenced by Buddhist values, which emphasize a cool heart, Jayen, an attitude of calmness, patience, and avoiding confrontation. She values kindness, gentleness, and respect above all else. She may be single because she has been focused on her career and family obligations, or because she has had a negative experience with local men, who can sometimes be involved in gambling, drinking, or infidelity. A mature, stable, and kind-hearted Western man can be a revelation to her. You represent a different kind of masculinity. Your stability is reassuring. Your willingness to enter a respectful, monogamous partnership can be a profound relief. A true gentleman, a man who is soft-spoken, who does not raise his voice, who is polite, and who shows respect for her elders and her culture, is extraordinarily attractive. She is not looking for a bad boy or a wild adventure. She is looking for peace, respect, and a partner with whom she can share a gentle life. Navigating this world means you must physically and mentally remove yourself from the tourist and expat ghettos. The places to meet a respectable, mature Thai woman are the places where she lives her life. Forget the nightlife districts. Instead, consider living in a respectable neighborhood in a city like Chiang Mai, or even a quieter suburb of Bangkok. Take a Thai language course at a university. This is the single most effective action you can take. It demonstrates profound respect and allows you to communicate directly, and the classroom itself is a fantastic social environment. Join classes that interest you: Thai cooking schools, pottery workshops, or even volunteer groups. Spend time in the upscale, modern shopping malls, which are the social centers of modern Thailand. The cafes and restaurants there are filled with middle-class Thais. Be a regular. Be a quiet, dignified presence. Smile. In Thailand, a genuine, gentle smile is a powerful form of communication. Safety is the absolute most critical element of this discussion. The risks in Thailand are significant for the unwary. You must operate with a high degree of vigilance. First, the financial scams are sophisticated and common. The sick buffalo story, where a family's primary asset is supposedly ill and needs veterinary care you must pay for, is a classic. Be extremely skeptical of any story that requires your money to solve a crisis. Second, you must understand the concept of sinsod or dowry. In a traditional context, it is a payment made to the bride's parents as a sign of respect and to show you are capable of caring for their daughter. In the modern world, for a professional, independent woman, it is often a symbolic and minor affair, if it happens at all. If you meet a woman and the conversation quickly turns to a large, sin-sod payment, you are not in a courtship, you are in a negotiation. This is a massive red flag. A woman of substance will be building a life with you, not selling her companionship. Legally and personally, you must be fiercely independent. Maintain your own visa, your own bank account, and your own accommodation until you are in a long-term, deeply committed, and legally verified relationship. Never place property in a partner's name without ironclad legal agreements drafted by your own independent lawyer. The law in Thailand heavily favors Thai nationals in property disputes. To find a genuine partnership in Thailand is to find a treasure. It is to be welcomed into a culture of kindness, to be cared for with a gentle spirit, and to share a life of simple, peaceful pleasures. But this treasure is protected by a maze of potential risks. It is a journey only for the most respectful, culturally aware, and cautious of men. In conclusion, the world is full of opportunities for connection in our later years. From the art-filled cafes of Italy to the serene temples of Japan, from the honest forests of Finland to the warm shores of Portugal, there are countless mature, independent, and wonderful women seeking a genuine partner. This journey is not about finding a country that will serve you, but about finding a culture you can embrace and a person you can respect as an equal. It requires courage, it requires wisdom, and above all, it requires you to be a gentleman. Approach this chapter of your life with an open mind, a cautious heart, and you may just find a partnership more rewarding than you ever imagined.